thunder, Grunt.
The show is starting right now.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Rex wasn't expecting
Power
it.
Rangers.
Don't. All right, we're not going to do spoilers right off bat, but this is Mound of Thunder. It's the only show on the internet that talks about film.
We're men. We're white. White men. And we're talking about movies.
Oh, man.
You forgot straight, but it's fine.
Hey, you know what? When it becomes relevant, I'll include it.
Yeah.
Cis men.
Right. White, straight, cis men. Talking about movies.
Right.
Never has happened before. Welcome to Mound of Thunder. I'm Bob Rose, and with me is...
I'm Huey Hessen.
And I'm John Bennett.
I'm Rex Anderson.
Okay, and we're going to do spoiler-free talk really quick with our opening question. We're going to go around the table and talk about it. Just say, did you watch the show and did you like it? Because a lot of people watched it. I want to know if you fucking liked Power Rangers when it was on. Huey,
Okay.
start.
I did watch the show for like 3 or 4 seasons when I was a kid, and I did like the show. I didn't have any action figures for it, but I did watch a lot of it. It was one of the only things that was on that had a lot of people punching each other. In live action.
Well, it was on a lot.
I also watched VR Troopers and Big Bad Beetleborgs, and they're basically all the same thing.
They're all the same show.
Yeah, so it's just...
Now we got that instead.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Flabber? What would that be?
Imagine that. Okay.
All right, so...
Be like,
John?
I have a full set of adult teeth, so I cannot eat this baby pudding that you guys shoveled to my face. It doesn't taste right. It tastes Mesozoic almost. It's
Not
baby
Cenozoic?
food. It's shit.
Ooh.
Shit. It's baby shit.
Are you talking about this movie or the
We're not
original
talking
show?
about
did we
the movie.
feed John some baby shit?
Yeah,
And
what are
I
you
don't
talking
remember
about?
He's just staring at me.
Are
I
you talking about
hate-
the show?
Is this
I
a
hate
metaphor?
the show. The show's garbage.
Okay, that's what... Okay.
It's recycled Japanese garbage.
I mean, that's literally what the definition of it is.
That's what the Pacific Ocean is.
Pacific Ocean is not recycled Japanese garbage.
Oh,
At
man.
this point, it pretty much is.
Rex.
Okay.
I watched the show for several seasons. I owned all of the toys from the first 2 seasons, then all the Megazords and important stuff up until I think season 5. And I kept it all in boxes, and I once sold it all to move to Denver.
Wow.
I made about $3,000.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Please, just calm down.
I'm just telling you the story, man.
God.
This is a grim and gritty, real world reboot version of this story, where everybody is just a little sad and there's just a little less color in the world for no apparent reason.
A little less. A
Big
lot
and
less.
mostly less
Big and
color.
sad.
You can barely tell what color anything is. It's almost
For a
black and white.
color-coded team, it's awfully
Okay, hold on.
bereft of
Okay.
color.
Gray red.
I'm pretty much where Huey is. I watched the show.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I liked it. I watched a lot, though.
Well, you can't even answer your own question?
I
You're
didn't.
fucking
Yeah,
I don't,
what
I
the
don't like the
fuck?
show
This is a
now.
Well,
But
that's not
yeah.
the question.
I can't remember as a child if I enjoyed it or if it was just like, well, Ninja Turtles isn't on.
I distinctly remember having conversations with my friends about, like,
First Ninja Turtles.
just
Yeah.
about the episodes themselves, and, like, so I must have liked it to some degree. I probably wouldn't hold up now if I went and watched
Well,
it.
like, what would you even talk about?
Like, just
Every episode is identical.
They pretty much are, but like which Zord was the best Zord? Which who would win
It's like
a fight?
which monster looked the coolest.
Yeah,
it's
like
basically all
the
you can
pig
even have an
monster
opinion
that ate all the weapons, or the bug monster that melted all the weapons.
The guy with all the eyeballs.
Yeah, with all the eyeballs.
It looked like a kaleidoscope when it inexplicably looked through
as you guys
his
know, I've
viewpoint.
I feel oddly vindicated.
Well, yeah. I mean, I only thing I like now, like I said a million times, is I like the movie, the first one, not Turbo. But that's only because it's like a '90s movie. It's not really because it's Power Rangers. I don't really care that much about Power Rangers.
Yeah, you have a sweet
mostly
spot
it's-
for the 90s.
It's the villain
Well,
for you.
Yeah, it's the villain, and it's schlock. It's like Super Mario Brothers, the movie.
Yeah.
Was that the
like-
one with Belloc?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the first movie. Like, that movie and Super Mario Brothers, the movie, if you, like, that's, like, great
Yeah,
right
no.
there. It's like,
Yeah.
they're terrible, but they're amazing. They're not boring at any moment. You know what I mean? Like, nothing about them is boring.
That would have been nice.
What? If it wasn't, yes, if things weren't boring? Okay.
Well, boring's in now.
Yeah, boring's
Yeah.
awesome now.
It's a new hotness, man.
Yeah.
New hotness. All right. Without spoilers, what'd you guys think of Power Rangers for a couple minutes? I think we
guess
just
I'll
said
go,
it.
Since we'll go in
I think we
reverse
just said it. Yeah,
it's,
go ahead.
I mean, why did we watch it? Like, it's basically the first one again, but more boring.
It's like
So,
if you, yeah.
Is that 2 minutes yet?
That's fine.
It's just it.
China's gonna love it. It's for China, man. China's gonna love it.
It's so vague. There's no sex at all in it at all.
It's like a normal Power Ranger
like
movie.
this. Oh man.
It's almost the tension between a mother and a son is the same as the tension between a potential girlfriend and a person. There's no men and women are not actually supposed to have sex in this universe at all. They're not.
I felt
They just fall into each other. Babies come out.
it made me feel bad. And I didn't hate the movie, but it made me feel bad for two reasons. The teens in the movie, I felt like they're in a different movie completely, and they thought they were making like Schindler's List. They were told they were, because they're giving it their all. I really felt like the teenagers in this movie were acting their heart out.
You can definitely tell what the audition scenes were. It's like, you're crying in this one.
No, but
I mean, they're kids. What the hell do you expect them to act like? A bunch of fucking entitled assholes?
Yeah.
Like, they're making a multi-million-dollar movie.
They were really giving it their all. I've seen movies with kids where they don't seem to care. You know, like they really seem to care.
Let's use kids loosely.
They're
One of the teenagers had male pattern baldness already.
Yeah. Well, whatever. And then it's like, and they're in this other movie, and then you got Elizabeth Banks doing God knows what in the '90s show.
Community college.
Dude, she's in the '90s show. That was the '90s television show.
Yeah.
But if you just filmed it better, it was like
much closer to the actual Rita Repulsa from the show that I was in.
No, it was just like, why did they?
I was totally expecting this to be a completely different character, and it just isn't at all.
No.
She's almost like the shit she says, the way she talks, everything about her.
Yeah.
She's Rita Repulsa. It's not.
And you know what?
Why do that though? Why try to make it gritty on one half of the M and have her do that?
What it seemed like was they dressed her up in all the Rita shit, and then she did a voiceover, not knowing that she was on camera, and she just sort of did that performance because it's so bizarre. If it had if it had like Rita Repulsa on the show,
if it was dubbed, it'd be fine.
If it was dubbed, it was fine. Because then you had this herky jerky, doesn't really.
Also,
fit
we know
right.
Elizabeth Banks and what she. We've all seen her in other roles.
So it's bizarre.
It was really
terrible.
weird.
It was a weird movie, but I actually kind of liked it. I didn't really hate it.
Oh, I enjoyed when she was on screen.
No, I mean,
that was the only time I was like, well, I want to watch this.
Just in general,
I don't care about the
It's
the
pure
teenagers.
silly.
Yeah.
It's pure silly.
Oh yeah,
It's the show. It was the show.
Yeah.
She was in the show.
Yeah.
Why do that though? What are you trying to accomplish with making the movie half?
Would
teen
you
angst?
Would you agree that the worst parts of this movie is when they tried to avoid every fun part of the show, kind of either rush the exposition or sort of like I'm just a robot, like they just sort of toss it off rather than kind of like really confront and go, these robots are really cool, and then do all that shit. But they don't do that. They don't have that scene.
There's no decorum, really. Like, the robots are just kind of sitting in a cave.
Yeah.
It's just like, they're not put away or anything. Like, they're just sitting there. I'm like, how... Did it crash and they fell out? Like, they're standing up.
Once
If you
again,
set
isn't
them on
that
fire,
the show?
they
The
just
show
sort of-
never explained a fucking thing, Like,
yeah, but it was like...
that's
there
what
were
I'm
the
saying.
sequences
Don't
of them
take it
jumping into the,
seriously.
there's a rule
No, I'm
of 5
agreeing
for
with you.
everything, you know what I mean? And like colors and
I'm agreeing
background
with
and all
you.
that
I'm
shit.
saying if
And
you're
that's
gonna
all
take
just gone.
If you're gonna take it seriously, you got to explain it.
Right.
Yeah,
You
but-
can't just set all this up and be like, oh, and there's these robots that modeled themselves after the most powerful beings on the planet, and I was like, who's in charge of
heady
these
as
things?
shit. That's a really
But
heady
who's
change.
powering any of this? It's not Zordon. He was a Power Ranger. You've got to explain this now because you're trying to take it seriously, and I don't understand what's happening.
I hate to burst your bubble, but all of those creatures did not exist.
I
in
was
the
just gonna say
same
that the
prehistoric
Dude,
era.
saber-toothed tigers and mastodons were nowhere near.
Nowhere.
Fucking
But
Tyrannosaurus
that's
Rex.
fine if it was dumb.
Right. And also, so...
If it was dumb, it would not. You know what I mean? It just needed to be stupider. Just
was-
became more stupid.
Yeah.
It didn't
Was the
lean
crystal
into the curve.
responsible for human life?
I don't really
It
know.
seemed heavily implied that like humanity is
What-
on Earth because of the Zeo crystal being in the Earth.
They did say something like,
Like, right? I
there's
didn't
a
make
bit of
that
the
up.
crystal inside everyone. And they did say that, right?
everyone.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's so.
No,
That
it's not
is
every
the
planet that has
originator
life.
of
Oh,
life.
inside
It's
planet.
in every planet that has life has a crystal in it.
How do they not need Power Rangers at all until now? Is
Yeah.
Rita was sleeping at the bottom of the ocean.
the only person that cares?
Also, here's the thing:
It's-
is like as a kid, I don't know. Is it lore that Zordon and Rita were Power Rangers?
I
thought the
think
plot
so.
the Power Rangers
She came
the
out
show
of a
was
big-
I'm after 20,000 years I'm free
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah. She was in the little
There
trash
was
can on the
no-
moon, and then she pops out. And she's like, "I'm free," and that was the first episode, and that's as far back as it went.
Yeah,
That's what
pretty
I'm
much.
saying is at the beginning of this movie you get to see it's Zordon and her fighting.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, we're in spoiler territory. Whatever.
Well, this is the beginning of the movie.
We're just gonna talk about spoilers now. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
But
Yeah.
we pretty much spoiled stuff anyway. But we
What
didn't really.
happens?
It's so simple.
But no, at the
plot.
beginning, it shows the two. It tried to, create its own thing where the two of them were Power Rangers,
Yeah, yeah.
and it was like, okay, but what? Like, Zordon's not in charge of everything.
Let's
Zordon
just.
in this movie is not in charge of everything. He is like a ghost in a machine.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. He's
He's
just there
almost
yelling at them. He's
Lex
not really.
Luthor in Superman, Man of Steel. He's almost
Yes.
not Lex Luthor. Excuse me.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah,
He's,
Jor.
he's Jor-El.
Yeah,
Kal-El.
yeah.
No, Jor-El.
Jor-El.
He's Jor-El. He's
Jor-El.
Jor-El. Yeah, he's just in the machine, and he doesn't really
He
he's
does-
not in charge of anything.
He and Alpha
Yeah.
do the exact same thing to the point where Alpha's dialogue is just repeating Zordon.
I know. Talk about wasting Bill Hader.
It's like, what the fuck?
Bill
No,
Hader
no.
didn't have anything to say.
Oh, yeah, that's
No.
right.
It was
Like, there would be a point, at one
He's
point where
literally
he's just like,
morph
you want
now. You gotta morph. And
Yeah.
it's like, do you both need to say this?
Did you? How
This
many
is
80-yard
stupid.
lines were there for Bill Hader?
Oh my god.
There's so many
Dude, How many
off-screen
minutes
lines.
did that take him to finish?
Yeah, probably a weekend. 30
Jeez.
minutes, maybe.
Dude,
It was
not
a
even.
day. It was
Yeah.
a day.
If
One
that.
day.
If that.
If-
man.
yeah,
Good God.
yeah. Like
All
two-
it is reactions to nothing.
By the way, Bryan
My
Cranston
new favorite
literally.
character in every movie.
I hope that they mixed it so they could get all of the whiskey tumbler, all the ice in his whiskey. He's not fucking knocking around near the microphone because he was sleepwalking the entire.
Well, who
fucking
can
movie.
blame him? What is he supposed to do?
I don't know.
Like, there's literally
he's got a
nothing.
He's got a Tony, a fucking Emmy. He's like, I really don't need.
It was
to
a
do
paycheck.
This
It's
anymore.
fine.
Yeah.
It's not just a
well,
paycheck.
it's also like a passion project for
I
him
feel
because
like-
he was involved with Power Rangers when
Yeah,
it first
he was.
got here.
Yeah, yeah.
And they brought him back just as like an homage to himself, I guess.
I mean,
I
Billy
know-
Cranston is named after Bryan
after
Cranston.
Bryan Cranston.
Oh, god damn it.
Which
It's-
is
That annoyed
so,
the
yeah.
shit out of me though, but because it was Billy Cranston, it wasn't Bryan Cranston. It was Billy Cranston.
Well, what are they supposed to do? Name the Power Ranger Bryan Cranston?
Cranston?
and then
Would it have
cast
been
Bryan
more
Cranston in the
distracting
thing?
to
That's a
be
little on
almost
the
Bryan
nose.
Cranston, or more distracting if
It was the name of the
Bryan
character. They
Yeah.
didn't. That's not on this movie's head. That's
It would
what
be
they
like
did on the
Ryan
show.
Ranson. But
so,
yeah, I mean,
doesn't
what are they
matter.
supposed to do? That's
Yeah.
that's a decision they don't get to make at this point.
I
Of,
can't
like,
believe
of
you're
all the
defending
things-
that.
Of
Yeah,
all
but
the decisions this
complaining
movie
about
gets to
it-
make, that's not one
That's
of them.
not the problem at all.
Like, the names were locked in
Dude,
before they
speaking
even
of
started.
names, how often do they name drop Krispy Kreme in this movie? They
Fuck
it's like
the ending.
it is the probably most said word in the like pair of words in this whole movie. They say Krispy Kreme
How much of the budget?
maybe like 45 times.
And they
It's-
don't even say three of the main characters' last names. It
They didn't
really
say-
bothered me
they
by
didn't
the
say-
end. I'm like, you said Billy Cranston like 8 times at this point. Like,
Who's that?
Why doesn't
Yeah.
anybody else get a full name?
They didn't say
Yeah.
Trini for like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
We don't know her name.
She's just a yoga chick.
Yet the first hour is all exposition about them.
Yeah.
You'd think they
Oh,
would
can
say
we
their
talk
name.
about the beginning? It seems
What?
like a 11th hour screenwriting class
yeah,
where
it's
it's just
insane.
like how they got everybody together was fucking insane.
But it wasn't Zordon bringing them together.
No, he didn't know what was going to happen. He didn't
It
even.
wasn't. That's why I was like, at the first, I was like, the opening was so chaotic and insane. I was like, okay, they're being brought together, right? That's why it's so weird. But no, it was just happenstance.
Well, maybe they were being
Complete
brought together by the coins because he said the morph matrix is never wrong. And
So
so
I don't
maybe
know what that is. It didn't explain
Yeah,
what that was.
well, look, it's a magical thing that can possibly bring back one person to life
Okay.
at some point in time. Maybe.
It's the Omega 13 device or something.
Basically, 5 guys from the rock quarry could have accidentally gotten the
Yeah.
fucking
Oh man,
cards.
I'd love to
And
see
then
that
I'd be
movie.
like
It's a
5
better
middle-aged
movie.
guys.
Dude.
That would've
Yeah.
been
Hey,
amazing.
oh wait.
Yeah, it's a way better
We're
movie.
Power Rangers.
Yeah, and they morph like right away because they're in the union and they all fucking corroborate their stories. It's
I felt like
perfect.
the movie too, like had they called attention to all the movies that it made you think of. You can see, because Iron
so
Man, Spider-Man, and
schlocky.
Transformers.
Oh, man.
yeah.
I hate
There
that
was,
shit, man.
but they
It's so
said all of
schlocky.
it.
I know. It's
and it was
so
like,
dumb.
you're already.
Like, you
Why
know you're
did
doing
they-
a crappy Transformers right now. Like, why are you bringing it up?
I thought for sure.
You know you're not, like, killing Transformers right now, right?
That's what I thought they were
Yeah.
trying
What
to
the
say.
balls on you?
Until he said, "Sorry, Bumblebee." I thought they were just like, "Man, fuck Transformers," and stomped on the car.
Yeah.
And it was just like a subtle, "Go
Yeah.
fuck yourself, Transformers." It was not. 'Cause
Also, not
it
to
was-
defend Transformers, but if you think that was on any level Michael Bay destruction, you don't know what you're talking about.
right?
Like you're gonna really like challenge him on that?
Bob,
Like,
yeah,
no,
they're
You
destroying the
barely-
city.
dude, if that was Michael Bay, that Angel Grove would be
Man.
nothing. Okay,
it would be glass.
yeah, it'd be melted glass,
Everybody would be just dust and glass.
and there'd be tits everywhere.
And
It's
tits.
fine.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's tits.
Slow motion shots of sweaty tits, and then we're.
Yeah.
Now we're in a fucking movie about teenagers.
There we go.
Also, Zordon just disappeared at the end.
Dude, he's
Alpha
not sharing
5
their glory or anything.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
you
no.
don't give a
Alpha
fuck that
5
they just
and
saved the
then
world.
Nothing. They
Nah.
just
He's
win.
just like, man, he's just pissed that he's stuck in that wall.
No, remember at the end he walks in, he puts the sword in, and he goes, "You earned it." And he's like, "Hey, I'll be back for it." And then he walks away.
Yeah.
See, that's like
I
the
know.
only
Which means what? Like, what the hell is that?
Isn't it in them? Why did he put it down? You
Let
can't.
me ask you this. All right, they have to become a team in order to morph.
Yeah.
Morphing is actually really hard, and the whole time I'm like, all right, so what is the lesson that they need to learn to morph? I thought it was like, do they need to learn togetherness? Do they need to learn to love each other? What?
I think
Did
it's
anyone really? Did it really say why it worked? In
You
the
just
end?
have to get to know people on a very surface level, and then you can
Well,
morph.
one of
It's
them
more of a
had
team.
to die, and then
it
was
seems-
the Morph Matrix like, well, I guess one of them died and came back to life. Just let it happen now.
Well, I think
How
what
could it possibly not be wrong? If one of them had to die and be resurrected through it in order for it to be right, it had to be Jesus Christ level of superpower
Oh my
to
god.
be correct.
It can fix
Jesus
a human
Christ, Power
body.
What
Ranger.
if this movie causes a rash of teen suicide packs?
Let's just all jump off
To
cliffs
turn into
in the
swords?
water.
Did anyone else think of Stargate
Oh, that's terrible.
in this movie?
Don't
There's
even say that.
two scenes made me think of Stargate. Is when they're going through the water like passageways.
yeah, the upside
Yes.
down
And
water.
when the ship brought him back to life. Like Stargate when
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like, well, the human
Yeah.
body's so easy to fix.
and they put
I
that.
was
They put him in that like.
I was like, it
Yeah.
can just fix the human body. Like
yeah.
everything
Bob,
was so ill defined.
We're so primitive.
Why do they need suits if they're just immortal at this point?
He died. They're not immortal.
I
Yeah.
know, but
He drowned
What's
really quickly.
It was like 30 seconds. They
Did he
swam
open
underwater.
his mouth the whole way down?
They swam underwater.
They're not
Right, like,
sealed.
I'm
Ten
gonna be
minutes.
okay. I'm a Power Ranger. He's just like gulp, gulp, gulp.
Ah.
Oh shit, I can drown. I mean, he is on the spectrum.
Yeah, he's on the
for-
spectrum.
But they do
He
have
talks to himself a whole lot.
superpowers, right?
movie.
Why
Yeah.
can't the
Well,
Power
they
Ranger
have
Morph
some-
Matrix just make them immortal?
Let's assume that you can drown in those suits. Why would you make the only barrier to your spaceship like 200 feet of water
I
in
don't
case
know.
you drown?
I just
Well-
assumed that was crashed there.
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know.
He
You
got
know,
wrecked. I mean, that
dumb.
was 65 million years ago. The Earth just happened around
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's
For
all.
Oh
so
yeah, yeah.
fucking long,
Water,
like-
water suspended like Minecraft. It's perfect.
You know one thing I liked about it that was they only had the faceplates for that one brief fight, and then they
That's it.
yeah they didn't have them after
It was
that.
an Eddie Brock Spider-Man 3 situation.
It was.
We don't want to cover the actor's face
Because they have to emote.
Because
But, yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like a Power Rangers movie here or anything.
So the actors you got to see him emote a little bit rather than just seeing a blank face talk to you like you did in the old show.
I would have preferred the blank faces and a
I mean,
voiceover.
What
I
did
don't
they
know.
emote to? They're still on a CG nothing.
That's true. They were in a CG
They're not
nothing.
reacting to anything. They're piloting stuff.
Which would have been fine if it was dumber. Can't it just be dumb?
Well, if they all had Pink Ranger dialogue in the
It'd be pretty dumb.
that would be pretty fucking dumb. Oh my god!
Just like Chris Nolan directed. If you're gonna like try to, I
Man,
don't know.
Chris Nolan's Power Rangers.
Like, what are we supposed to fucking think
Goldar.
about
You know, the
it?
thing is too is like the show had such good voice acting and stuff. Like Goldar.
Goldar was fun. He was like a
Lord Zed,
he has the character.
Rita, Lord Zed, and Goldar are three awesomely fun villains.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
looked like
you
a
know.
pizza dough monster was attacking a donut store.
Why would she go inside
Does
of
she
it
get
ever?
healed by
Yeah.
gold? What the fuck
Why
was
was
this?
Oh,
that?
yeah.
What was that?
Like, she ate it and shit. It
What
was
is her
like,
relationship to just a normal element of gold? Like, why can she interact with it in so many weird ways?
Why was she trying to collect it? Because Goldar just came from...
It's
It
like,
is-
I guess she found like a gold quarry or something, so she's like, oh, cool, here's a fuck ton of gold.
well, I mean,
Like, she didn't go, like, you set up the whole movie of her trying to build him, and then you don't go anywhere where there's gold, you just pull him out of a fucking thin air.
she must have been using it to heal herself. Because the more gold she consumed and built her staff with, the more she could do.
Yeah, she stopped.
Yeah, she got
looking-
less gruesome looking.
Yeah.
She just stopped looking like a ring witch.
Yeah.
It's just sad to me.
Yeah.
Don't you think it would have been awesome if Elizabeth Banks had sidekicks to work with?
No,
that were
yeah.
dumb, and she could be all... She's chewing the scenery. Let her have anything to bounce off of, instead of she's just there by herself in some of these scenes, just like...
I
Yeah.
wish
when
she.
she's in the
walk-
broad
she's talking
daylight
to the
talking,
camera.
I was like, oh, I felt bad for her. I'm
she
like,
needs a Superman Ned Beatty. She needs
Yes.
a Ned
Yeah.
Beatty
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
She needs an Otis.
Parker
Yeah,
Posey.
or
needs
she
an
needs a
Otis.
normal Goldar.
Yeah.
Goldar, I like if Goldar was just Goldar and he was with her and just like, we need to kill them. Yes, we do. You know, like
Yeah.
just have
Yeah.
Like, she had,
Fuck
she
yeah.
had two sidekicks and Goldar in the show.
the pig.
Yeah, she had
the
the,
pig.
like,
None of them are
the
here.
weird architect guy who would make the monsters.
Right.
Mhm.
And,
Then the tall guy. With
Yeah.
the blue-
Goldar, and then there
blue
was
baboon
Lord
guy.
Zed was
Yeah.
a different villain, but eventually they all came
They
together.
all came together and they
Yeah,
worked
yeah.
together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Terrible.
like, if you're not going to replace it with anything, then why are you making the fucking movie? You know, like, I can get, like, you want to take it more seriously, you want to be more
Why isn't it a Netflix
grim
show?
and gritty or whatever, but, like...
How much did this cost?
I couldn't
They
have
shot in
cost that
British
much.
Columbia, so it's got to be on the cheap.
I'd rather just be
It's all
cheap.
CG.
Couldn't you just remake
Mm.
it? Just make the... Is the show still on? It's still
It
on.
wasn't
Yeah,
even
I
good
think so.
CG. It was like 90s.
I mean, at
CG.
some it
No,
must
it
be
wasn't
it's
that
some
bad.
iteration
It was
like
fine.
Power
Oh,
Rangers.
when she got sucked into
like-
the freaking
oh,
gold
God.
monster, come on.
That's fine. It
That
didn't
was
look that
terrible.
bad. It didn't look that
She
bad.
loves
That
gold.
looked Blade 2 bad.
That did
Blade
not.
1
Blade
Oh,
One.
man,
that
that's a
was,
little
that
rough.
did not look that
That's a
bad.
little
It looked bad.
harsh.
The effects were absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
just
Okay,
why...
like literally nothing wrong with the effects.
John does
Nothing
not
wrong
sound
with that.
convinced.
Yeah, there isn't. I mean, they're just fucking effects. They look fine.
No,
Why are they called putties if they're made out of rocks?
They're rock, man.
They're
Yeah,
just rocks.
they didn't run that shit. It was
Because when they said putties, that guy in front clapped.
That guy went nuts.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
guy-
every reference,
Man,
man.
if we could have
Holy
seen this
shit.
movie through that man's eyes,
Oh my god.
Love
it would have been amazing.
Make my monsters grow.
Bro!
Make my I'm like, what are you? Who are you talking to? What? That just has no context. You're not even trying. Like, this used to be like, make a little thing out of putty, throw it at the earth, and then say that.
Yeah.
Like, why is that so hard?
It's like when they're big Zords. They're Mega Zords.
There's got to be some kind of name we can give this
Come
right
on,
now. How about
it's
a
some
Mega
sort of-
Zord?
Seriously.
Extra super sword.
He got such a hard erection. His popcorn dog should have just shot off his lap. Like it was hydraulically jacked
It's an
off.
Ultra Hyper Zord. No.
Yeah.
No, we haven't gotten there yet.
Megas.
That's four movies from now.
How does it not have a name?
I mean,
Is
has
did
that
you tell
never
him what
happened
the name
before?
of it was?
Has that never happened before? Because she
Yeah.
was like,
She was surprised by it.
yeah, like
I'm
where
like,
did
they
did
were
she used to drive this
surprised by
fucking
it.
thing?
They didn't know what was happening. They fell into a hole of fire, and then it just happened.
Like they didn't hit a button. They didn't. Nobody said
They
you guys
also
can join
did
into
not-
one.
right?
All the Zords were heavily damaged at that point.
Yeah,
I was like, are they in control of this happening? What-
I don't understand
Who's
it
in control
Did-
here?
because they got knocked in the gem hole. Did the gem do it? What? And there's no explanation for what happened.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Don't look at me.
I'm looking at you. I don't know why I'm looking at you.
But if it was on the TV show, if the exact same events happened, you wouldn't even question it.
No.
You'd just be like, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Fine.
Because it's already foreign and weird. It's not
for
like
kids,
a
it doesn't
crap
matter.
high
And it
school.
already
Yeah.
exists.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only reason why that can happen in this movie, and we know what's going on.
Because
these movies
we've seen it
it's-
before.
It's already happened in
Imagine
other
if
TVs
you-
and movies.
Imagine if you've never seen Power Rangers, know nothing about it.
It's like, then you have to say something about it. Like, you can't just do it. Like, god damn it, what are we watching?
Wait, they all locked together? What?
Like,
How did that happen?
to the point where you don't recognize that there are 5 things in a thing anymore. It's just like
No, if
a
I-
big guy.
It's like a guy
I
with
would
like,
assume it's a different robot.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
it's like a guy with like 5
It's
weird
not-
bubble
yeah.
tumors on him.
It's
Yes,
not color coded. like symmetrical. It's like, what the fuck is? It doesn't look like 5 robots put together anymore at all.
Yeah, that's yeah. It really did.
So when you don't explain what's going on, and it doesn't look like that, it's just like,
And the
did
master-
something out? Did a
Yeah.
Gundam just fall into this movie? Like, what the
All
fuck
of
is
them-
going on?
I thought it looked like fucking medieval times armor. It was horrifying.
It was
It
weird.
had
Yeah,
like
yeah.
5 fucking
Yeah.
vulnerable
It looked
points
like
on it.
Goldar.
Yeah.
They looked identical.
Oh god damn it.
You put them next to each other. I'm like, the same thing is just fighting itself.
a solid version of
Except
itself.
one's a
yes.
liquid gold shit, and the other one's like a fucking purple galaxy containing
like a
Why-
Pimp My Ride looking
bubble
version of that. Yeah.
man.
It was very clear that punching wasn't going to kill any of them.
They stabbed
Dude,
me
was
right in
it
the
the-
face.
Yeah.
Dude, when they were just punching, they were just
They stabbed
clocking each other. I was like, I hope this is the whole fight. It's just nothing but roundhouse punches.
His head goes
I
up.
think that's all you're gonna do. Just bam, bam.
They used to pull
Okay.
out swords and have guns and like have a big mastodon shield and like all this other crazy
You know,
shit.
I hated the way the mastodon looked. It looked nothing like a
It
fucking
looked like a
mastodon.
beetle. It looked like a beetle.
It did
Or
look
like
like
a
a beetle.
mouse. It was like
did
all
not
the
look
other
like-
the other 4 you could sort of tell what they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
That just looks like a
Except for
black
the
pile of
T-Rex,
shit.
everything was incomprehensibly designed. You can't
No,
tell.
yeah, no.
It
Why,
wasn't.
why did they
Yeah.
make the cockpit of the fucking mastodon fucking aerodynamic so it's like this, like he's leaning back? It's fucking ridiculous.
It's gotta go fast.
Yes.
How can they? Are they back to 5 Zords now? Did it break apart at the end? Is it stuck permanently in giant Megazord form? How did that happen?
Just stop making stuff with robots that are piloted by people. Like, really, I think that's the lesson. We don't need it. Like, 10 years from now, if you want to make that again, it's fine. Stop here. This is where it needs to stop.
I mean, Pacific Rim 2 is already being made, Bob. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's
and it only
fine.
needs 2 pilots.
Yeah.
But that's got Guillermo del Toro. That's got like a... I don't know who Dean Israelite is. So
It doesn't exist.
Let's just say he's
He's
a
not
world
honest.
builder.
He's
That
actually-
the world builder.
guy. That guy.
He's 7 screenwriters.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's 7 screenwriters who came together into a Megazord screenwriter, and they wrote this fucking thing.
You know, remember when the
Oh,
when this all this sort of happened because of the that thing that came out online
With
the-
Vanderbeek and
Vanderbeek.
Sackhoff. Yeah, Amy
Right,
J-
I
Amy
didn't
Sackhoff.
like that's a really well made short. The Power Rangers thing. It was dark. I didn't like it though, because I was like, why the fuck do I need this? Just make a new thing. If you're gonna make it that different, just make it something else. Was he gonna make it all dark and then say
being
then?
like rapists and shit was pretty weird.
Yeah, I know. Like that. I don't want that.
Nobody wants that. That was kind of the point.
God,
It was like them making fun of this idea, and then they went ahead and did it anyway.
I wish Balk and Skull, like the actors, just showed up in another Zord and they didn't explain it at the end of this movie.
That'd be.
Don't worry, we're
amazing.
here. It's like what? Okay. Just,
Okay, sure. I wish they owned the Krispy Kreme. And
Oh
then
my god!
This is all about their
Why?
revenge.
See, that would have been
If they owned the
great.
Krispy Kreme that was destroyed, and then they just plot
like they
their
do the
revenge the
standard
whole time.
Fucking
With the
Three
insurance
Stooges
money.
shit.
There's like all these long ass scenes of them yelling at each other.
Yeah, yeah.
I would have
Just 10
preferred that
minutes.
to this movie.
Yeah, man.
Man.
Why wasn't Rita the Gold Ranger? What? You can't hear me?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Get a little closer.
Like, there's a Gold Ranger,
Is there? I don't remember.
and her
that.
whole shit for the whole movie
It's
is
gold.
eating gold,
Oh my
spitting
God.
gold on herself, creating her weapons out of gold, making her fucking monster out of gold.
I guess they.
Why is she the Green Ranger?
I guess they wanted to establish the Green Ranger will be in the next one as like a teaser. Because you didn't see it at the
Yeah.
post credits. There is a tease. They
Sure.
call in the what do you call it? In the detention, they're like Tommy, whatever the hell,
Yeah,
and then you don't see who it is. It's just like a jacket with a dragon on it, and then you see something explode somewhere.
But that's just a character.
see something explode.
Like something just like somebody punches through a wall, and they're like, "Oops, sorry," and like that's
Was that Tommy?
Was it? You guys saw
No,
it?
no. It was implied that the Blue Ranger
Yeah.
somehow blew up his lunchbox
It
again.
had nothing to do with
Had nothing to do with anything.
the other thing.
By the way, if you end
Why
your,
wasn't that Balk and Skull? I don't care about Tommy.
Okay.
I want to see Balk and Skull.
if you end your fucking franchise movie with an inanimate object that's supposed to make me excited, you're in fucking trouble.
You need to decide
You are
what
in
you're
trouble.
doing.
Yeah.
This is Amazing Spider-Man again, where we're getting a Sinister Six ending
Yeah.
to a movie that's never gonna happen. And it just makes you look like a fucking idiot Where this exists forever.
Dude,
and there's no
okay,
fucking follow-up. There's no reason
Warcraft
for it to
made a
happen
lot
like
of
that.
money. We'll see how this does.
Yeah.
China's gonna change his minds.
If you can write a 2-minute scene with a character that's full CGI and do something, I'll get excited. If you show me a suitcase, fuck you. Fuck you in the face. Fuck your whole franchise and fuck you.
Was there a paper dossier of Tommy on the desk?
Oh my god!
Oh man, that'd be
Paper
awesome.
Dossier.
It's like, oh, according to this file, we're supposed to get one more student in detention today.
I'm surprised it wasn't Bryan Cranston as Zordon saying to Alpha, find the last one, the last
Find
one.
a new Green
Right,
Ranger.
yeah. Instead, you've got that. You got a jacket on a chair. Why would his jacket be green?
Did you see the book that
Like,
was?
you know what I mean?
Why
Like,
would a jacket
if
be
you
Yeah.
never saw this, why would he be wearing that color?
The book that was sitting on his desk. Did you see what it's called? It's just called Good Choices.
That's what the screenwriters wrote when they made this movie.
God damn it!
Man.
Oh
It should have
man.
been Save the Cat or something.
Oh man.
Save the cat goes to the movies.
Oh,
I don't know. Is there any other things we missed that we didn't talk
I mean,
about?
not about
Well, we
Power
can
Ranger.
talk
We can talk about
every
Kong.
single Power Ranger.
No,
I don't really
Why?
want to.
Why?
they're all
not?
just
They're all the
different color teens. There you
Why?
go.
different colored teens.
One of is the autism
You know
comic
what?
relief.
Honestly, this is just a shittier Chronicle. Chronicle's way
You know,
better.
it did. It
It
had
reminded me of
Wow.
Chronicles so goddamn
that
much.
whole first hour is basically just
Yeah.
re-chronicle.
And then the last is that they became heroes instead of becoming a goddamn mess.
Yeah.
That's really it. Watch Chronicle and just assume.
Just go watch Chronicle.
Yeah, just watch Chronicle.
Just go watch Chronicle.
It's way
way
better.
better.
It's way better.
This has the setups of that movie, but
Oh,
without
yeah.
any of the follow through.
No.
Nobody is like even a negative person. Like Jason's dad, for example, kind of set up that he's going to be a piece of shit or abusive or something.
Nothing happens.
His life has
No.
some sort of negative kind of aspect to it, but
Braxy owns a fish boat that pulls Rita out of the water. Like, okay.
it does not.
Maybe
take
his
any
dad is
responsibility
Lord
for that.
Zed.
Jesus,
Maybe it's Ego the Living Planet.
Oh my god.
man.
So yeah,
I mean, whatever. We all knew we didn't care. So-
yeah.
This is a movie made up of half measures, and it's all over the place. There's nothing
It's gonna
going
make
on. It's so
500
big.
million.
Oh yeah,
Oh, easy.
Easy globally.
because it's like I was a girl who had a problem. Well, I'm a girl and I have problems, so I'll just put myself into this character. There we go, and every little kid's gonna love this movie. That's what drives me nuts. It's
I don't
like,
know. The first hour is pretty slow,
but the kids are gonna.
It
love
is
this movie.
pretty like
and it's all shaky
It's
cam horse shit.
completely devoid
I don't
of-
know.
The
Like-
kids don't care about that. No kid's gonna care about shaky cam.
Let me ask you this: they get hit by that train, which is
Yeah.
actually one of my might
Oh,
be my
man.
favorite moment in the movie.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Right,
Totally.
but then they just wake up at their house, and the whole time I'm thinking, okay, are the medallions in charge? Who did that part? Did they? You know what I mean?
right. Have they like
What
always
is-
existed or something?
Yeah,
Like, are they God?
Did they teleport them to bed?
I like to
What
think-
happened
I
there?
like to think the coins were God.
Because Zordon makes it clear he is not the one doing anything.
But he can't resurrect people.
Oh my god!
He can just make them wake up.
No, he
in
just
their
gave his
beds.
space on the resurrect thing to.
The resurrect thing. That was about as far as that explanation went.
Yeah.
I mean, Alpha was like, "Look, the Matrix is spinning," and it looks like okay.
He's like,
Was that a
alright.
thing that we were waiting
Wait a
for?
minute.
That shit in
Dude,
the middle
were
of the
we
room
waiting
turned
for
white.
that was
Did anyone
not a
say
Matrix.
that?
He was using it as a view screen earlier, and then it became a thing where you can rebirth a human life from.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even need to be in it.
No!
It just
it
happens
just had
at
to be
the
around.
Dude, like,
Like, who was in charge of what?
By the way,
Is Zordon's body somewhere? Like still alive?
Christ, Alpha 5 looked like he could beat the shit out of the Power Rangers.
Dude,
at the
Right?
beginning, I'm like,
yeah.
why isn't he fighting anyone? He looks like
He's been sitting. He's just fucking around in that. Has he been alive this whole time?
Yeah.
He's just fucking around for 65 million years.
Yes.
He doesn't even try to get out
no.
and find the Power Rangers.
Dude, he's like Bender pretty much. He's been just
Yeah,
sitting
he
there
is.
for 65 million
God.
years.
His head is like a universe, and his eyes are like slightly brighter, smaller universes. Everything was universes, like inside or galaxies. Inside their chest was floating galaxies.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything was just,
It's like Men in Black.
Why? It's such a like, it's the only huge visual change that you're introducing other than 45 patterns on every single pattern.
Oh, yeah.
Power Ranger. And it's like, what the hell even is
Sponsored
it?
by Huffy, man.
He just looks like
It's
a
a Huffy bike.
1950s vacuum cleaner held upside down. Who
But he
gives a
always
shit?
did.
Dude, he looks
you
like a
know?
UFO
Yeah.
crashed onto a Schwinn. He looks awful. I
But
hate him.
Like I said, his arms apparently extended. He's super strong, and he's
Yeah.
beating up superheroes.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I was
Yeah.
like, "Why don't you fucking kill Rita? You look like you could actually. You look like you could just snap
That'd be
her fucking
amazing.
neck."
Why-
Alpha
It just
5
goes out.
Alpha 5 just snaps her neck. I did it.
That was
Crisis
easy.
Ay,
averted.
ay, ay.
Ay, caramba.
Fucking 65 million years. He
Been
could've
waiting
done-
for that.
Yeah, that was...
Well, that's over, Rangers.
yeah, that was a little anticlimactic.
Yeah, who wants to cook meth? Like,
I said find me one teenager. What the fuck is this?
Man.
You're going to have to find a lot of red match heads.
Dude.
It's the only way you could make your
I need the
quality
Sky Blue
methamphetamine.
Ranger.
Sky Blue Ranger.
You're going to have to acquire an exterminator business so that we could move cook labs from place to place.
We need a front for our Power Ranger activity. But a car wash.
Here's a card to my friend at Polo Locos.
Oh man, if that's where it was instead of Krispy Kreme,
Oh, man.
Oh my god, a
Do it.
chicken
Just
restaurant?
do it.
That'd be
That'd be
amazing.
And then
you're just gonna make all references.
You
Why
see,
not?
the guy who played Gus Fring comes out. He's still, half his face is all blown.
Just make him grow.
Then they turn
It's a
him into
sequel to Breaking Bad. Like what? Oh man,
Oh, shit.
what's
Oh, man.
happening?
Oh, better call
Well,
Saul.
Yeah,
That's
Heisen
that's a
Zord.
Power Rangers movie, I guess, in 2017.
well, it was called Power Rangers, and it had Power
God,
Rangers in
that
it.
crawl. We were just burst out laughing.
Oh, when it just
Oh,
went.
yeah.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
Yeah, it's
A
like
demure
what?
indie film called
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
That kid just stole.
I know, dude. I
That
was
kid
like,
just stole a
am
cow.
I watching a
Power
Netflix
Rangers.
special? Like, what the fuck?
What the
Yeah.
fuck is this?
Power Rangers.
Well, I loved.
You don't want to like type it or anything?
Yeah.
my
Oh,
God.
yeah, when it said Earth.
Cenozoic era. Oh, there's volcanoes in fucking
Dude,
pterodactyl.
Did it
What?
matter when it was?
What
No.
the fuck happened in the opening
No.
scene? Even I was like,
How do you
Which-
not describe, like, explain
she
how they
gets
have
blown
dinosaur
up and then it
swords?
freeze frames, and
Okay.
then she falls in the water. I was like, what?
How did she not remember that the ship is 300 feet from where she landed?
Why do you make Zords that are clearly from that era but never show that? Like,
Yeah.
what's the point of being in the Cenozoic era if you're not going to accept the fact that they're driving dinosaurs?
Yeah.
How did a fishing vessel pull
How do you
something
miss
from the
that?
Cenozoic era out of the ground?
Why
It's
doesn't
a
Zordon?
fishing vessel.
Why doesn't Zordon just say just turn into a Megazord at the beginning?
Because it doesn't seem like anybody knew they could do that.
We know in the show everyone's always complaint was just turn into the Megazord.
Yeah.
But you made it serious, so now logic comes into play, and now you have to ask, why didn't Alpha 5 just go, just start like this? You know, like,
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Why
saying, like-
doesn't he drive motherfucking Zords around?
God, why wasn't he even looking
they
for
need
Rita
the-
all these 65 million years?
At no-
Kill her!
At no point do they, like, take the coin and put it into the Zord to make it work. It's like, is it like a key fob? Like, what the fuck? Like, how does this work? Say something. God damn it.
It's
Like,
morphin time. That's
how
all
do
you
they
need to know.
How do they know?
Why wouldn't he just go out and kill her when she's most vulnerable and save the world so you don't have to find
Pretty sure
Rangers?
Alpha 5 could have killed her sometime within the last 65 million years.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
basically a husk.
He would have just
He just,
found
like,
her and broke her neck.
Wrecked that woman.
Yeah. He doesn't breathe. He can go underwater.
You know what? And if you want to complain even further, what was the power set of anything?
How is she alive?
No, seriously. What was the power set of anyone?
If everybody's made
Like,
of
exactly
super
how
strength.
powerful is everything?
Well, they
Uh,
can clearly jump 100 feet.
Yeah.
everybody's
800.
made of poorly
800.
mixed cement mix,
said 800.
apparently,
He said
so you can
100.
just
Yeah.
shatter it.
800 feet. That's madness.
Down.
Oh, down.
Downward.
Everybody's made of pumice. Who gives a shit? Nobody
But I'm
can
saying
hit
the
that
power
hard.
set of Rita Repulsa, I was like, can you kill her? When they were going to beat her to death, I was like,
Dude, a
would
robot.
that work?
Like a
I don't
200-foot
know.
robot
I don't-
backhanded her into space,
Okay,
and she
let-
didn't die.
Which was another best part of the
Oh,
movie.
man, yeah.
Yeah, that's very good.
Let-
Like, we stopped caring.
Yeah.
Ah!
Bye. You just stabbed Goldar in his back area, and I guess he's dead.
talk about
Does he even have nerves?
He's not
Would putting a
anything.
sword through him do anything?
He's the destroyer from Thor.
he's
I mean,
a
there's
pile
no.
of
He's,
goo.
he's
Yeah, he's-
piloted by her. It doesn't. All you
Was
had to
he?
do- Yes.
She keeps
'cause she
talking to
wasn't
him
Remember
like
when she was knocked out and he just fell over? It was because she was
But
piloting
then he
it.
picked her up and
Yeah,
like
he's
put
the
his
one that
gold
picked
shit
her
on her
back up.
face. Yeah.
Dude, I don't
I can't,
fucking
like,
know.
how do you have it
Whatever.
both ways? Where
Hey.
she's like in control of him, and he can also just arbitrarily pick her back up.
It's so weird. I don't.
No
This
sense.
Goldar thing is very strange. Now that I think
It
What?
would make so much more sense if he was just a fucking character.
What a
With a
Trump
personality of some sort.
What a Trump era ending. The way to win is with togetherness to slap a woman,
Into
a powerful
space.
woman with all the gold into space.
Jeez.
That is the ending of this movie. The most Trump ending you could possibly think of.
This like backhanded slapping.
Just backhand slapping.
Backhand a woman into
You
space.
just backhand him by the pussy, man. That's
No
all you
matter
gotta
how much
God.
gold she has, you could still backhand her into space.
Like when he did it to the boy at the beginning, that was funny. But then, yeah, when he did it to Rita, it was like,
It's like, that's your callback moment?
you're gonna slap a
Jesus.
woman in this. Oh, I don't know if that's
how
okay.
you end this movie: slapping a woman into space.
Man,
And
that was weird.
it
Yeah.
was weird. Also, Trini controls the arm. Why does Jason get to gloat about it?
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, they just established
Yeah.
it.
I'm the chest.
I'm
What
the
do you
heart.
even control? Anything? You just are like pointing out, like, I can make the head move around.
I'm the torso.
We have swords. I know that much. Use them.
They're on my back. I can feel it.
Let me ask you this: if the technology in the ship and wherever they're from can create Alpha 5 as far as an intelligence, why not just have him pilot the Megazord or anything that's like Alpha 5 pilot? You know what I mean? Like his intelligence is easily good enough to pilot that entire ship.
His head is literally a universe.
Right,
So-
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he should-
Do they need to? Why can't they be fighting otherwise while the Megazord is taking care of Goldar?
There's a whole 80.
You know,
no reason for
there's
him to
a
be in the Megazord.
Yeah, right.
They don't even. It doesn't even make sense if 5 of them are driving it because there's only 2 legs and neither of them are an actual Zord because it's all just a mash.
It's just a mash.
It's just a mash, which it just makes that idea irrelevant.
This could have been like an 80s detective show where, like, the robot controls the big robot, kills things, and then Bryan Cranston finds missions. That's all he does. It could have been like fucking Knight Rider, this whole show.
Yeah.
They don't need 5 kids. It's ridiculous.
Well, it was always going to be that. You can't just completely not have Rangers and Power Rangers. It was called Zordon, sure.
I'm just saying there's a more interesting movie in the movie that we
Sure,
watched.
yeah. But the point is that you can't be serious and not explain stuff. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
it really doesn't work. It's very jarring.
I don't like the Chris Nolan Batman movies, but, you know, they did their best to try to explain everything.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like the explanations, but we're going to be serious. We got to tell you
It's like,
why.
You'd think they'd tell us how the Megazord works, like
Yeah.
once, in
Just
their
to say
training or
Alpha
somewhere.
5 is a he's an exposition machine, and he says nothing. You have a character that literally could spout exposition. Everyone would be like, okay, he would say that. Because he's a robot that's like a butler.
And they have him say,
He would say all the exposition, and he doesn't say anything except, let's go.
Go, Power Rangers!
Aye.
He really doesn't explain a goddamn thing to them.
On the show, he was the exposition machine.
Yeah.
They're not morphing.
It must
Why
be
aren't
hard.
they morphing? I don't know. They're not morphing.
The Bill
I
Hader-
know. I
Bill
just said that.
Why are you telling me
Why are you
things I
repeating
can
it?
see with our eyes?
I repeated it. Well, that's not very helpful.
Bill Hader refused to explain the plot in the recording. He's like, I will not read all of it.
God damn it.
And if I do, it's in Vincent Price's voice.
I gotta go.
The whole time, though, I was expecting
kind
him
of
to
art?
explain the whole movie. I was like, okay, when is Bill Hader going to explain this entire movie? Because I don't know.
who Rita and Zordon are, why they were Power Rangers, where these fucking coins came from, what those fucking Zords are, how they work. Any of this information would have been perfectly at home in a Power Rangers movie.
You spent all this money on a fucking hologram view screen and you never explained
What?
the size and mission of what you're doing. What the fuck are you doing? God damn it,
Yeah,
man.
no, they made the Zordon interactive thing so complex. I'm like, it didn't even need to be that good looking. It could just have been
It could have just been
what it
a
was.
pillar of light with a face in it.
Yeah.
Pretty simple stuff.
Nobody would have given a shit.
Could have been Olmec from Legends of the Hidden Temple.
If it was just a...
Just take 5 minutes to explain what it is, what you are.
Take 1 minute.
He's a wall.
I mean, God, it's like, I know you're just that
He
toy
didn't even say
from,
what
like...
his race was.
No, we never know.
and it was...
Why do they look almost human?
Oh, Bob, that's obviously the
Why were
pinnacle
they
of
on
evolution.
They were on Earth well before humans.
Yeah, and they were really muddy.
And
They
they
were
don't
just like, what are these fucking things? Teenagers? I'm like,
They look like
aren't you fascinated by what they are? Like, it's been 65 million years and you're just pissed you're in a wall?
Show me your
Fuck
coin.
this guy.
All right, you got the coin. You're in.
All right, I guess. Like, what are you even complaining about if the fucking morphing grid never makes a mistake?
Yeah.
It's just like,
Also,
like, what is...
don't just say they can't
Why are you
morph.
so
They're not
mad?
ready. Motherfucker, what are we supposed to do? Like,
Your whole
Are we
job is
supposed
to
to
make them ready.
yeah, tell me what we need to know so this can happen.
We'll all die if we do not figure this out.
Go downstairs and fight a bunch of rocks until you learn something.
Hopefully,
Go.
some of
Like,
you
how
are
the fuck
martial
should
arts
I
trained.
know?
Get Galaxy Quest punched in the chest.
God damn it.
It's like an abusive father the whole time. And then the best part is like the first question I would ask as a teenager is like, how old are you? Because if radiation does that from these things, I'm fucking not doing this for too long. Your face looks fucking incredible. If you were like 18, you're 18, you're fucking...
Well, I don't think Zordon was a teenager. I think the teenager thing was...
It just yeah.
You
'cause
think
it happened to
Zordon-
teenagers.
Zordon didn't know
He's
about
a rude-
teenagers.
Yeah, he
He's
didn't
the
know
Ruth
what they
Bader
were.
Ginsburg
And
of
didn't
The
Power
Power
Rangers.
concept blew his fucking mind.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
not happy about
They're
it.
not adults?
Wait
Yeah.
a minute.
Fuck
They're not
this.
kids, but they're not adults.
Also, what the hell are they?
Madness!
Does
only
he know
had-
what humans are? This should be the first 5 he's met, right?
Yeah. there's
Obviously,
no
all
humans.
races go from
He's
child
like, he
straight
should have
to
been like,
full
what the
adult.
fuck are these, bears? Like, he doesn't know.
I keep ruminating on what Rex said, man. Can you imagine not knowing what Power Rangers are watching this movie? It would make
Oh, man.
even less...
Oh,
the amount
my
of
God.
sense it would make.
It's incomprehensible. They're like, why aren't they just in 5 vaguely
Dude,
dinosaur-shaped
It would be
things?
good then. If
Now
we
they're in
didn't
hell,
know what it
now
was,
they're-
I would love the movie.
It would be nuts. Yeah,
I
it
would be like,
so nuts.
what the fuck? And nothing is explained. It's like some Japanese movie that doesn't make any sense. All right?
Why does life begin at the Krispy Kreme?
I don't know.
I don't know.
There's some crystal that a woman from the sea needs. I don't... Like, what? Why is she always dripping with water?
Why?
Is
She
she
was
from the
only
ring?
wet because she was underwater.
But how she retained moisture?
Is one of the prerequisites being a Power Ranger that you got no open Saturdays?
She,
The fuck?
she flat out is the monster from the ring. Just
Yeah.
watered down to like an acceptable degree.
Literally.
Also,
Like, wow.
she can apparently break in your house and not kill you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They just break
Did
it.
she say you're not worth it at one point and knock them all free?
Just fucking kill him.
Like, what are you even trying to do?
These are the people who can kill you.
That's it. These are the only people.
These
and
are
you
the
have
5
them
beings
all.
on this planet that can stop you. And you
I
can
better
drown
let
them
4 of
simply.
them go.
You can dunk them like a tea bag and kill them. And you're just gonna walk away.
Drown
Okay.
all of them. It's as easy as what you just did. Like, God, that shit infuriates
And she's
me.
worried about Zordon respecting her. Man,
Even-
that's some
Why
weird
would you respect
sexism
her?
there, isn't it?
Even if you
Her
wanted...
biggest concern is Zordon's respect. Like, what?
He can't judge me. No
Just because
man
I
can.
killed everybody he knows
Yeah.
on a planet that he may or may not be from,
Oh my god.
in a
Look,
time period that may or may not have been his original timeline.
one time on Venus, I made a pass at her. Okay?
It was 129 million years ago. What am I gonna keep apologizing for it?
And
Hey,
Alpha
Jesus.
Ay, ay, ay.
I need a drink.
God damn it. Bill
He
Hader
was
did
the-
such nothing. It's
Yeah.
everyone famous was like wasted except Elizabeth Banks, who was not in the right movie.
Let's talk about the Power
No, she was in the right
Rangers
movie. Everyone else was in the
cameo.
wrong movie.
Oh, what? I mean, there's nothing to
The
talk
cameo.
about.
There's nothing to talk
Jason
about.
and
though.
Kimberly.
No, Tommy and Kimberly.
Tommy and Kimberly.
They
were
got
in
to
it.
photograph
They
their
got the-
old careers.
Yeah,
That's what happened.
Tommy.
Remember
Good
when-
for them, man.
remember
They got
when we were
paid
in
for a
this movie?
day. They got paid for a day.
Tommy has a dojo, the actor,
Mhm.
and if you mention Power Rangers, you get a free lesson from him.
Wow.
Yeah, I was saying,
I bet
Bob, I was like, I
everybody
want
in that dojo has gotten one free lesson.
Yeah.
man. There you go.
Is a lesson
like-
where he kicks your ass?
Is there like a crappy
Yeah.
Dragon Zord poster on the back wall? Like
That
underneath
used
the
to be
name?
me, but not anymore.
Well, I piloted it actually. I was inside.
I would have
robot.
rather seen the movie starring him.
Yeah.
Just some 40-year-old guy who's still
Hey.
who's his own dojo.
Go.
They should
Those dojo
just
every
try
day.
and they should
Why
do like
wasn't he
a
just Zordon?
like a
Just
wet
make
hot
him
American
Zordon.
summer it and make it just everybody is like 40, but they try and pass them off like
Right.
they're 18.
Yes, that's what I said.
Oh, that'd
Amazing.
be great. Oh, that'd be great. And Bryan Cranston was the Red Ranger.
Hey guys.
Balk and Skull play Zordon. They're like the brothers Zord. It doesn't even matter. Let's make it fucking horseshit.
You
That'd be
could be-
horseshit would be so much better than this.
Yeah.
Like the 21 Jump Street version of Power Rangers.
Yeah, well, that would be even better. I mean, like that you need like really talented people to make that. But yes, that would be great. That's not gonna happen.
No.
You didn't
I mean, they went grit and gritty, and they made basically the same movie, but with less fun in it. Like, they just took away the corny aspects and replaced them with absolutely nothing.
I don't know, man. There was that one time where that guy almost hit that bus full of nuns.
Oh yeah, and the fact that
What vaudevillian came up with that fucking
did that
idea?
scene fucking anger anyone? Because he could drive a Zord without being in
Without the armor. Well, he
without-
couldn't really. He's just like, it just
But-
did a bunch of shit.
But we weren't shown how it was turned on.
How did he
or-
even get into it?
He
How do you get
piloted-
into that thing?
I don't know.
He piloted it back to the lair.
Yeah.
So he could
There's a
control
hole
it.
in the mountain now, straight
Into
to the
Into the-
fucking
Yeah.
spaceship.
That breeder could go in at any time now.
To be fair, people notoriously people that live in Angel Grove are idiots.
Yeah.
Angel Grove is like the worst city in
Can
fiction.
Can I ask
How
you
many
something?
quarries are in this fucking city?
It's all quarries.
It's just
all
surrounded by
quarries.
quarries
She
and
pulls
oceans.
Goldar out of another quarry that it does not contain the ship, but has enough gold to create a 700-foot tall monster made entirely out of gold.
Okay, did anyone else think that the plot point was going to be that they defeat her, they hit her in space, and I thought that Goldar was going to be released and just melt into a big pile of gold,
Yeah.
and then everyone's going to be like, "Oh our city's destroyed," but here's all this gold.
Thank God.
But that didn't happen. I thought that was
No.
going to happen. Like, here's free gold for everyone.
People rush into it and like
Yeah.
melt to death.
We're rich, honey.
Oh my god, they're like, fuck
Joke
this
gold
city, these people are
Molten
idiots.
Gold,
Well,
just
was he hot?
feverish.
Was he hot?
Backwater bullshit
Was
city.
he
Yeah,
hot?
remember he was throwing fireballs and he had like red under the
Yeah.
inside.
Alright,
of him
well,
and shit.
okay.
That's why they were burning.
How about this? Goldar falls to because he just turns into nothing, and it just all hardens, and they just have this big mound of gold
A huge, just
to rebuild the city.
Just be like people trapped in him and shit, and it's like all like hard gold.
I wish
Like
that
the mayor, the guy with the mayor said, "Hey, free gold for everyone!" Yay!
you know what'd be great is every house is being for
Dude, I wish the movie ended like that.
gold power.
every house is being foreclosed, and then they just do a Goonies thing where it's just like, here's a big old pile of gold.
Dude, how did they not take the opportunity to have somebody holding a "Sell Your Gold" sign, looking up at Goldar like, and you know what I mean? It's like, come on,
Cash for
it's like
gold.
cash for
Oh
gold,
my God.
cash for gold. Oh,
Just throws
that
the
should
money
have
on
been
the table and
Balkan's
runs away.
gold.
They should have worked
That
in the
would've-
cash and
God.
God
Damn it!
I'm so mad about that.
That would have been an amazing cameo.
It's a great
Yeah.
missed opportunity.
How would it be if they were both like trying to do that on the side of the road? They saw Goldar.
And they just like they boink, and they do the fucking
Back
thing.
to square one.
Like
Back to the
smacks him in the
drawing
head, and then they woo, they run away.
Why
We
not?
don't have enough cash for this gold.
What are we gonna do, Bulk?
No, you'd have like Bulk trying to pull him away, and Skull would be like, "But," you know, it would
Yeah.
there'd be no dialogue. God, now I'm mad about that. Even that joke should just be in the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Even if it wasn't Bulk
Well,
and
that
Skull.
was
Cash
just-
for gold joke.
There's no non-autism related jokes in this movie.
That's the name of this episode. Is Cash for Goldar.
Cash for gold.
And on that note, we're gonna stop. Does anyone have anything left to say?
Uh,
I don't know, man.
no, not really. I think we covered it. It's just, I don't know.
At the
man.
same time, I don't care at all. It's
Right?
like, whatever.
Like, we could keep
Well,
talking about it, I
yeah,
guess.
I mean, like,
It's a movie named Power Rangers, and you did it.
yeah.
There definitely are Power Rangers in this
There's
film.
certainly Power Rangers.
Dude, what did you say? The Zords look like Crocs made of robot? Is that what you said?
No, I
Made
said
out of
it.
like erector set pieces?
I said it looked like you poured the Super Shredder serum on a bicycle helmet.
That's oh my god, man.
I like that you need to know about Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze to understand that joke. But,
Well, that's
which is the perfect time period. So
That's the crowd for this movie.
but it's
Having
not.
to know other movies in order to make any fucking sense out of this.
You know what the antithesis to this is? It's what the most recent Michael Bay produced Turtles movie. That. What is it called? Out of the Shadows.
Out of the Shadows, yeah.
That was a big dumb pile of shit. Like it was written like it was a fucking cartoon. It was super stupid, but I enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like the first movie, but
I actually haven't seen that. I gotta see that one.
well, it's just giant. It's stupid. It doesn't. It's written like horse shit, like a
Well, yeah.
cartoon. That's fine. I was like that because the first one was trying to be serious, and I didn't like that. But this, I would like it.
You
if
can't
this
take
did
these
the same thing.
seriously.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what your point was for a second.
No, I wanted this to be that dumb.
Okay.
I wanted
Yeah.
this to be like a cartoon or the shitty show.
I mean,
but
the sequel could too. Like,
Yeah.
there's no reason why you can't
That's
just.
what
ship,
happened
like,
with that
this cast
franchise.
Is fucking fine. Like, you can do another movie.
literally,
with this.
that's
like,
what happened with that franchise. They got a guy who was a huge fan of the cartoon
Yeah.
to direct it, and they
Right.
made a big dumb pile of shit. It's really fun.
Yeah, they should do that with this.
Yeah.
It's like the main aspect is fighting a giant monster. Like, put a giant monster with a fucking personality in it. Like, like how hard is this?
No, we need a mute giant gold piece.
When were any of them ever mute?
None of them. They all talk incessantly.
Just hire Billy Zane to be the villain. Yeah, he's not doing anything. He'll scream at people. It'll be fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
it'd be amazing. He could demon knight that
He
shit.
could demon knight it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you gotta out serious the funnest, most interesting part of whatever the fuck you're making? It's stupid.
I don't know.
Why do they do
I don't know.
this?
I
God
really
damn it.
don't, man. I just don't get it.
It's for babies.
Listen, take your niece to it
Serious
instead
ass
of
baby.
Boss Baby. Just
God.
do it.
Maybe
There's
Boss
two
Baby's
female
amazing.
You know,
protagonists
honestly, dude,
with-
Boss Baby looks smarter than this movie, but
Yeah.
that's really an insult. But
So this is entirely for the audience because we could have gone and seen Life tonight,
Yeah, we could have seen live.
oh yeah, there was a screening of
but
Life.
instead we
chose
watched
death.
this.
Isn't Life? Remember they see that thing today where Life is maybe everyone was surmising that it was
It's a Venom. Yeah, it's a Venom movie.
What?
Yeah.
What is this?
Everybody
No,
knows
so that the thing in the spaceship is actually the symbiote.
Yeah.
It's
And then
not.
this is a secret Venom movie.
God, people have too active of imaginations. They want too much out of movies.
Yeah.
People
Well,
clowned
now
Cracker Barrel
Split
today.
has made everybody think that every movie
We're just
is
talking
a
about
secret.
Facebook. All right, we're done.
Alright.
Hey,
Power
guys.
Rangers, it's whatever. If you're Chinese, go see it.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you're Chinese, you're gonna go see it.
Yeah, if you're
Apparently.
Chinese, it's gonna be fucking
Yeah.
mandatory by the government, and you're not
Yeah.
gonna be able to look up reviews because your internet
What's the
has been
difference
taken
between
away.
the
so-
characters? One's pink and one's black and one's blue.
Guess which one's supposed to be you?
Whoa.
Yeah. Actually, none of them now.
He's not black.
That's weird.
Oh my god.
All right, that was a joke in the trailer.
Yeah, and
so.
yeah.
God.
All right, that's
Unedited.
enough. Okay, we're
Dude,
done.
Bye.
Bye.
Kill yourself.
Oh, well, that's mean.
Go, Power
I mean the
Rangers.
Power Rangers.
Go.
Go.
Your committed endurance through a Mound of Thunder has been roundly appreciated. Subscribe to Thunder Grunt on iTunes for the continued, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to hear straight white males review Hollywood's biggest cocaine fundraisers.